What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Night Owl channel. Today I got some tips and tricks for you guys for maxing out your points during the clan games to help your clan get to that final tier so you guys can all reap the rewards together. These are just opinions of mine and suggestions that I believe that will help. They're more efficient ways to, get the challenges done and, look for certain things that are, so for people that are having a hard time. Obviously, you want to do the ones with the most, points, that the ones that give you the most points, but sometimes you got to be careful because you might overestimate how much time you have to do them, and then you get caught up, and then you waste the challenge, and we don't want that, okay? So I'm going to be splitting into two parts. I mean, they're going to be both in the same video, but the first part I'm going to be discussing the home village, and then the second part I'm going to be discussing the builder base. I'm not going to be trying to make this video too long, but the challenges are kind of different for each one, and then the importance or like the efficiency that each challenge or each base can offer is a little different as well. But other than that, guys, we're going to jump right into it. If at any point during this you guys get confused or like, what does that mean, or any comments or questions, just drop them in the comment section. I will answer them, and we'll go from there, all right? All right, so we're going to jump right into the list here. The first one, I'm going from top to bottom, so this is the most efficient, the best challenges you want to find versus like the, I mean, they're not the worst, but they're just not efficient, and to me, they're a little inconvenient. So, and I'll explain that as we go. So the first one is destroying certain buildings, the destruction challenges. Now this is not the damage ones. This is not the doing the 200% or 400% damage to bases. This is the destroying labs, destroying, and then I think it's dark spell factories, in fact, and just spell factories. I don't think there's any other challenges like that. So they'll have challenges where you destroy 3 and you get like 75 points. If you do it within 8 hours, you get 75 points. And if you're really lucky, you'll find ones that are like, if you destroy 5 or 6 of them within an hour, you get 200 points, which is really easy to do. Because if you're Town Hall 9 or above, or even if you're Town Hall 8 or Town Hall 7 or Town Hall 6, honestly, it doesn't really matter. If you're Town Hall 9 and up, you can just drop your queen, boom, kill those lab or factory. You got your king, drop the king, kill the lab and the factory, boom, easy 200 points. You just keep rinse and repeat that until it's done. And it's a very quick 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Boom, you got 200 points. Very, very easy to do, and it's the most efficient one. So every time I see those in my clan games, I grab those as fast as possible. And I think my guys, when they notice it too, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's easy," because everybody keeps those buildings on the outside. Very easy to do. That's why it's the most efficient one to do. But after that one, so those ones don't appear as often as this one, the stars. So the next 3 are kind of similar, but I kind of reorder them based off of what I see and how I play it, and you can prioritize it how you want. This is just how I see it. So stars are number 1, or actually number 2 in this list. So any star challenges, I would recommend try to stay away from the 1 hour ones. They give you more points, but to give you less time. So if you're going to do a star challenge for an hour, if you're gonna do any challenge within an hour, make sure you can think ahead and be like, okay, within an hour, I'm not gonna eat dinner, I'm not gonna be doing anything that requires me to be away from a certain amount of time, because you need to be present for that hour. For the home village, the army training takes a little longer than say the builder base, so I wouldn't recommend doing it without a boost, or at least an army that can load fast, like goblins or archers or Varch, whatever you want to use. And then also, going back to the convenience thing, the star challenges don't require you to change your army composition. There are challenges out there that, hey, use 12 wizards, use 4 bowlers, use 3 dragons, or whatever the challenge may be, and that requires you to change your troop composition before going into battle. And I think it's a little inconvenient. I don't like doing that kind of thing. I like to work on certain attack strategies, and I like to work on, farming strategies, or if I'm farming, I don't want to change stuff. So this is really good and really convenient, and it's very leisurely, especially if you get the ones for like 2 days, and they give you 400 points to get like 16 stars. You just go and, when you get on, boom, you get an attack, you get 2 or 3 stars, come back on, do it again, come back on, do it again. I mean, it's very at your own pace kind of thing. So I think those are great. That's why it's second on the list. And now we're going to drop down to number 3, which is damage. Okay, so this is what I was talking about before. This is the 100, 200%, 300% total damage to do to other bases. This is really easy to do as well. You don't have to worry about changing your army again. You can just drop archers on the outside. You can penetrate the middle. You can do whatever you want. You can still pretend like, not pretend, but you can still farm, you can still push, you can still do all those things and gather damage towards these challenges. I think it's really convenient, and these ones are really efficient because you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're pushing, getting trophies, and you're completing your challenge, or you're farming, getting resources and you're completing your challenge. So definitely recommend those as well. Again, if you're going to do the 1 hour ones, make sure you have enough time to do it. And then dropping down to number 4 is the win/win streaks. Again, very easy to pick up a star or at least 2 stars, or pick up 2 stars and at least 1, because it's very easy to pick up 50 on the outside or to penetrate the middle and take down a town hall. Usually town halls are in the middle. I feel like it's not that hard to get at least 1 win, and then for the win streaks, you just repeat what you did over and over again for 2 or 3 times, and you pick up your 300, 400 points. You don't have to change your army composition. You get to, work on, if you want, you get to work on your army attack strategy. Maybe you're going for 2 or 3 stars, that's still a win. So I think it's really, really helpful, okay? Dropping down to number 4, so this one was separated from the stars. So this is another, like, quote-unquote star challenge, but it's specific. It's a 3-star challenges, and I believe there's only 2 of them. There's one for 3-starring in Clan Wars, and you get like 300 points. And, well, not 3-star, but getting 3 stars in Clan Wars. And there's one for getting a perfect 3 stars in matchmaking. So these 2 are number 4. The reason they're so low or lower is because they're not as they're not as abundant as the star and the damage ones and the win ones. The Clan War grabbing 3 stars and the 3 stars for matchmaking. So the one for the war, not everybody wars. My clan wars pretty much 24/7, so that clan is always valid. I mean, that challenge is always valid for us. Some clans, they take a break during clan games, or they take like a 2 or 3 day break towards the end, and they don't war. So that challenge becomes invalid, doesn't have any use to them. But if you are warring, it's very easy, at least for my guys. I don't know how everybody else runs their clan. Everybody runs it differently, I'm sure of it. But my guys attack people below, so it's very easy for them to pick up at least 2 stars on their first attack and another star on their third, or another star on their second, or a 3rd star on their, second attack. So very easy for them to pick that up. And then also, when you're hunting for 3 stars and you pick that up, it's a very easy one to do. If you're at Town Hall 9, look for a Town Hall 8 and 3-star it. Very easy. I mean, it's very, very easy. If you're at Town Hall 10, look for a Town Hall 9 and 3-star. Town Hall 11, Town Hall 10, 3-star. If you want to test your skill, I just don't think you should waste time with it. You shouldn't, oh, this is Town Hall 10, let me try a 3-star and get the challenge, because if you fail, then you gotta wait, 40 minutes to load everything up again. So that's 4th on the list. If you see those, grab those. They're pretty good. Look for lower town halls and then swipe them out. Easy 200, 300 points, okay? And now we are on number 6, I believe, resources. Yes, resources. So the resource challenges, I believe, another killing 2 birds with 1 stone, and it's convenient. You don't have to change your army, don't have to change anything, and you get to go after what, not technically, well, maybe not what you want, but you still get stuff, and you get to complete the challenge. So you get, your elixir challenge, or your gold challenge, or the dark elixir challenge, and you get each of those resources, and you also get points towards, maxing your clan points and helping your team max out to the max tier, so you can get all those rewards, all those great rewards at the end, okay? And then, so again, those ones also have, the 1 hour ones. Again, you gotta be careful. They also have the 2 day ones where you get to get like over 1 million elixir. Again, if you guys are having like a hard time with those ones, there's a farming video I did with goblins. You can just shred through bases, pick up 2, 3, 400, dark and not dark elixir, gold and elixir from just one raid with goblins. I mean, you'll find the right bases. If you find the right bases and you attack a certain way, you'll blow through those challenges pretty easy. I mean, at least I do. And they also have a different one where you can pick up a certain amount of resources, or you have to pick up a certain amount of resources at once. So it's like 200,000 gold, or 2,000 dark elixir in one raid. Those are pretty easy to do as well. Just look for high loot bases and smash them with goblins or whatever you use to attack and farm or loot, whatever you're doing. And then jumping down to so that was the 6th one. The 7th one is kind of a mesh of everything else. So 7 is everything else. So I didn't include it. At the end of this video, you'll see I have a list, that shows everything, so you guys can see it. But 7, or the one after 6, it's just everything else. So the donation challenges, the building not the building, the destruction of like the obstacles, that one, or using specific troops. The reason I don't like that one is because my town hall 11, I like to use bowlers, and I don't use any dragons or anything, or I don't use any air attacks. So if I'm I'm stuck with challenges that are requiring me to change my troops, it inconveniences me, and it kind of mixes them a little weird, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this, and I'm not winning attacks, and Because with the troop ones, not only do you have to use the amount of troops, you have to win. You have to get stars with it. So, you know, if you're not comfortable using a certain troop and you click on the challenge, and then you use them and then you fail, it takes longer for you to complete that challenge. So, and then, you know, you might be taking an opportunity away from one of your clanmates who like to use that troop, and you took the challenge, and once you take a challenge, none of your other clanmates can do that challenge. Okay? So 7 is just everything else. You can order them and prioritize them how you want, but those top 6 for the home village, that's how I would do it, because just those that would make it easier for you to get to the max point without disrupting, you know, your army troop or army composition, or your practicing attack strategies, or your farming, whatever you're doing, kind of thing. I like the convenience of it. Okay, and then jumping into the builder base, very similar list. It's just a little switched around a little bit. So the first one is again the same as the home village. If you see I believe is the equivalent to the lab and the clock tower, and I think something else. The third one, there's 3 of them. There's clock tower. Oh, gem mine, clock tower, and the lab. So those 3 again, those are the equivalent challenges to the home village ones, of the lab and the spell factories. Again, every one in the builder base, at least most of the ones I've seen, you can easily get to them. Either they're behind a wall, you can just shoot them with archers real quick. You know, they're outside or all the way in the corner somewhere, boom. And with builder bases, it's so much easier to get those ones done, because it takes, you know, 3, 4, 5 minutes to load up your army, and you just send it back in. You drop 2 barbarians, boom, you knocked out the challenge. And you rinse and repeat, boom, you get your 200 or your 75 points, depending on which challenge you're doing. Very easy. Every time you see those ones, pick those up. Those are the easiest ones to do. I'm sure you guys know that. I mean, I'm sure you guys are clan game veterans out there. I'm just trying to give you guys some extra tips and stuff like that. And then dropping down to the next one. So for builder base, the second most effective one for me, at least. And again, I'm not. This is all suggestive, and I'm not good at builder base. I don't really like the builder base. I only use builder base during clan games. So the second one for me is damage. Anytime I see a builder base damage one, so I have 5 accounts. 2 of them are split in one clan, 3 of them are split in another clan. And in the one clan that has 3 of them, I use one of the accounts to donate. That's it. So if I use that account for donations, I can't use that account to, you know, raid. I can't use that to do any of the home village challenges, except for maybe like the, you know, the lab ones, because I have my queen. But I can't do the star challenges for the home. I can't do damage. I can do, because I have a mix of these random troops for donating to my members. You know, dragons. I have random dragons and Valks and all that. So the builder base challenges come in handy for me. But I'm not good at it. I mean, I'm alright. I'm not that great. I'm definitely a lot better at the home village. So damage to me is the second best one, because again, I don't have to worry about getting stars. I can just drop all my troops and have at it. Let them get that 30, 40, or maybe 50%. If I'm lucky, they'll get a high 80, you know, 80, 90 percentage. And, you know, I just rinse and repeat. You have the clock tower for a boost for like 6 or 7 minutes. You can get like 5 or 6 attacks in, and you can knock down a damage. You can knock down a damage one in like, you know, 30 minutes. The builder base is ideal for the hour challenges. So when you see builder base hour challenges, those are like the ideal ones, because you get more points and it takes way less time to load your builder base troops. It takes like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and you have your army up again. Boom, you go again, get the damage in, get your 300, 400 points, and you're on your way to maxing your points for your team. Okay, and then the third one right after that is the stars. So again, I'm not that great on them, so I'm putting the stars underneath damage. I mean, I can get the town hall sometimes. I can get 50. Sometimes I fail. It's just it's a little difficult for me in the builder base. I'm not as adept to it yet. I haven't, you know, practiced as much as it. Like I said, I only use it during the clan game. That's it. That's all. That's the only time I use it. Okay, and then right after that is the wins. I rarely actually do the wins, because there's no way to tell if you will actually beat them. You know, you're going against somebody else and you're hoping that, you know, your troops will attack and destroy more. It's kind of like almost like a luck thing. I don't know. I just don't like the win thing, because you have to do it in a certain amount of time, and if you lose, you have to waste more time finding another base, and it's just, I don't really do the wins. They're the 4th on the list, and then the other 2 behind it. Honestly, I might as well switch those, because the wins is honestly the worst one, because you just never know. You just never know if you're gonna win it or not. Because like sometimes I'll go for like the first, you know, like the the gem mine one, and I'll get like 5%, and I'll win because the guy was doing the exact same thing. He only got 4%. You know, so it's just the builder base is weird to me. It's not, you know, it's all right. So, and then the 5th one after that is the Troupe challenge. And the only reason I put that one underneath it is because, again, it's an inconvenience thing. So if you're loading up your builder base ready to attack and they're telling you to use baby dragons, I never use baby dragons, you know. So, you know, I got to switch out all my barbarians or giants or archers for baby dragons, and I got a mix of ground and air attacks, or I got a really, really weak air attack, and I don't get any stars from it. So it was just a waste of an attack kind of thing. And then after that is the defensive buildings. Now, this one is on the lowest depending on what you are attacking. Like, if it's telling you attack crushers, that's terrible. Unless you find somehow, you know, you spend the time trying to find crushers on the outside. You know, but if crushers are not on the outside, you have to find a way to get into the middle of the base, right? So, like, the way I do is get giants, and I clear up the sides a little bit, so I funnel with, like, the rage barbarians, and then I funnel the rest of them and archers behind them. Because if you use just giants or just melee troops to take down crushers, you're gonna fail the you're gonna fail the quest, because the crusher destroys melee troops. The only thing that can really take it down is archers, and then, you know, the crusher is gonna be surrounded by all of the other defenses. So I don't like to do those ones. If you are stuck and you don't know what to do, or you're like, you know, this one's gonna give me a lot of points, I would do the ones that offer the guard post ones, because guard posts, most of the time they're on the outside of the base. I'm not gonna say they're on the outside all the time. And then also the double cannons, because the double cannons I think there's multiple of them. There's like 2 or 3. Very easy to take down at least one of them during an attack. And then other than that, I don't really mess with it. I don't really attack roasters. I don't really attack multi-mortars. Those things are towards the middle of the base, so you really have to coordinate, and it's more of a pressured kind of thing. You know, like, man, I gotta get into the middle and get through. First of all, you have to get through the walls and destroy all the defenses, and then you finally get to the one that you want, and all your troops are dead. So, defensive buildings, any damage destruction towards defensive building challenges, I just don't do those ones. I don't do the troop ones, and I don't do the wind ones. The top 3 is really the ones I do, because they're so easy. I mean, you just, you know, I do a raid, or I do a builder battle base, and then I leave to do my other stuff with my other accounts, and then I come back and my next attack is already ready for me. So it's very convenient. Definitely would recommend the top 3. The bottom 3 is just not for me. I'm not a builder base guy. I got to work on it. It's just not really, I don't know, it's not really interesting. All right. But okay, so here is the list for you guys. As you can see, number 1 is, for both of them, it's the exact same one. Those labs, those factories, gem mine clock, destroy those. Those challenges are the easiest. You know, you take them down. And then number 2 for the home village is the stars. Again, just discretion. Try to stay away from the hour ones unless you can definitely be free for the next hour, because you'll waste that challenge and you waste time and all that. So that's not good. Third one for multi-village, or not multi-village, for the home village is damage, followed by the winds, 3 stars, and then resources. Again, I have my reasons for those, and the way it is. Honestly, the star damage, wins, and 3 stars for the home village can be, you know, interchanged. They're honestly all kind of relatively the same, point wise and like efficiency wise, because they don't affect you anything. And then builder base wise, again, the first one is the labs and all that. Then followed by damage, because again, I don't like that pressure of trying to get a star, because it's just you just can't predict it, and you go and you get hit by a mega, and just so unpredictable with builder bases. That's why the stars is 3rd, and the winds is 4th, and troops and defensive buildings. I just stay away from all that. I just do the stars, and then I just do the damage. I mean, not the stars. I do the damage, and I do the gem mines, clock tower, and the research labs challenges. Those are easy. Not stars. The damage ones are so easy. You just drop your troops, you sit back, sip some water, let it play through, and boom, you just sit there for another 3 minutes, or do something for another 3 minutes, and your next attack is ready. You'll get through the damage ones really easy. Those are the best ones for me, I see. Okay, so those are my tips for you guys. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask. Again, this is just my perspective, my suggestions, and how I kind of go about the clan games. I have 5 accounts to go through, okay? So I have a lot of clan games to go. It's really hard for me to max every single account. Like, it will take some serious time to go through every single account and max every single one. So I always try to find ways to make it easier for myself. So bouncing around between builder challenges, or bouncing around between home villages, it makes it easier for me when I can get a challenge done without the pressure of, oh my god, I have 5 accounts and all of them are doing 1-hour challenges. That would be insane. I would drive myself insane, throw myself through the wall. Alright, well, that's all I got for you guys. If you have any questions, like I said, drop them in the comments and we can talk about it. And then I'm going to do another video here soon. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow because there was a guy commented I think it was yesterday actually. He was asking me to do a video on for co-leaders and leaders that lead in war, on how to pick a war roster that'll favor your team so you guys can start winning and gathering up the resources and rewards for that. And I'm gonna do that either probably tomorrow. I'm kind of beat today. Alright, so with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Look out for my next one. If anything from this video helped you at all, I would definitely highly appreciate a like, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.